Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 82. We just finished our latest contract in Sea Camp, so now we found our way to the village of Dornan, another one of the towns that we helped conquer during the Noble War. Since House Ravenhold already loves us, we're not going to bother with any noble contracts. Instead, we'll focus on doing local contracts to see if we can boost our reputation. We'll start by trying our luck with this 2-skull contract. Gisbert the Guildmaster welcomes you into his room and pours you a mug of water. He hands it over with a sheepish smile. I'd offer a bit of ale or wine if I had it on me, but you know how things are nowadays. He takes a sip and clears his throat. Of course, what I'm not short on are crowns. Otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? I need you to go to a place by the name of Occupied Ruins just west of here, and retrieve a relic by the name of Flute of the Debaucher. Pretty simple, no? You ask what this relic is good for. The man explains. Townsfolk pray to it. Through it they find peace, call for the rains, fark their goats. I don't care. They believe in it and it keeps them motivated. For that alone, it's worth retrieving. Okay. I see where this is going. The pay's not great, but this is just a 2-skull contract. I guess we'll take our chances. Now let's see here. Oh, it's right over here. I guess we can walk right over. We don't even have to pause the episode. Looks like Belfontaine wants to enter his dog into a dogfighting contest. Absolutely not. Those are easily some of the goriest and most unpleasant events in the game. Now, this is a relic retrieval quest, which almost certainly means we're going up against undead. Looks like we aren't having any luck with scouting, so let's prepare for the worst. This is just a 2-skull contract, so we're almost certainly going up against skeletal legionnaires, but we're unlikely to be running into any necrosavants or honor guards. We need to go in with a heavily armed and armored front line, though we will keep archers on the back row to lay down suppressive fire. Alright, let's get in there. You venture into the ruins with Alessandro Rodriguez at your side. The Flute of the Debaucher is easy enough to find, if not a little too easy, but something else catches your attention altogether. There are pots strewn all across the stone floor. Each piece of pottery is a reservoir for spears, and shields hang against the wall on hooks that seem far too ancient and rusted to hold up a cobweb, much less a piece of metal. Suddenly, Alessandro Rodriguez grabs your arm. Sir, trouble! He points down the hall and you see a man standing there, his movements janky and quick, as though he were breaking in his suit of armor. Suddenly, his head snaps up and stares at you. Despite the fact he's standing so far away, his voice carries as though he were speaking right next to you. The false king dare trespass here. The Empire will rise again. But first, you must die. These are fighting words, no doubt, and you grab the sellsword and make a quick escape. You don't get far outside before the mercenaries take up arms without your ordering so. Following behind you is a formation of soldiers in armor you've never seen before. They step forward in a formation like a turtle's shell, clasped together with their shields held up to provide protection for the whole unit. Based on the fellow in the ruins, you've no doubt they have come to kill you and the rest of the company. Okay, we're up against 14 skeletal legionaries. That actually makes this a little easier than some of the other undead fights we've had recently, but that's still no reason to let our guard down. As usual, we'll let them come to us. If we're lucky, they'll end up moving at least a few of their pikemen into exposed positions. The faster we can take out those pikes, the better. Those shieldmen are really just designed to slow you down. There we go. We want those pikemen to move up to where our archers have a clear shot at them. Alright, raiders. Open fire. That definitely could have gone better, but at least we stripped all the armor off of one of the pikemen. Moving into round 2. Let's keep hitting them. Spears at the ready. We've got contact. I was really hoping the spears would delay them a little longer. I guess we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. Nice. That's a good start. And here come the pikemen. Roderick's got 3 pikes within striking range, so it's incredibly risky for him to drop his shield for even a single round. Then again, I wouldn't have brought him along if I didn't think he could handle it. Here goes nothing. Well, that is unfortunate. Igot takes down our first legionary. Then Vlad strips the armor off another one. Rondus tears through the enemy lines, destroying one pikeman and badly damaging another. The archers continue suppressing the pikemen. Roderick isn't having much luck here. He switches back off to his shield. Rondus is taking some very light hits. Nothing to worry about just yet. Igot tears into another legionary, then he switches off to his shield as well. Uh-oh. One of the pikemen just snuck a shot past Roderick's shield. He's already lost half his armor. Okay, Roderick is fine for now, but we really need to do something about those pikemen. Kairon shield bashes a legionnaire out of the way, then moves up to engage the pikemen behind him. We're losing momentum here. Things are going to take a turn for the worst if we give them time to nickel and dime us to death. Round 4. Let's lay down some more suppressive fire. Whoops. Sorry, Kairon. Our archers are shredding a lot of armor. We just need to get people into positions where they can take advantage of it. There's another hit on Roderick. He's lost 2/3 of his armor at this point. We're taking a lot of light hits here, but Roderick is the only raider who's in immediate danger. We'll put him on the defensive for now. Janos takes down a legionary with a flurry of dagger strikes. This is what I was afraid of. Some of the raiders are starting to get exhausted. Rondus takes a moment to catch his breath. Moving into round 5. We really need to turn this around. The archers lay down some more fire. So close. Nice. There we go. Igot takes out 2 legionaries, but more importantly, he opens the way to the enemy's back line. Rondus plunges his blade through another shieldman, destroying the pikeman standing behind it. Kairon could take a shot with his dagger, but then he'd be too tired to do anything else. We'll have him catch his breath instead. Janos advances, locking down 2 ancient pikemen at once. Unfortunately, he's too tired to hit them both at once, but he still crushes one of them into the ground. Reinhard continues holding the northern flank, though he is starting to get fatigued. Moving into round 6. We've definitely got the advantage now. We don't have a lot of open targets at this point, but the archers will continue picking shots where they can. Henry takes down the last pikeman on the south. Kairon takes down the legionary that's threatening Roderick, then methodically starts tearing another one apart as well. Agat hops the line, providing Reinhardt with some much-needed support. Rondis starts heading north as well. Reinhardt is thoroughly exhausted. Janos crushes another pikeman, then moves up to engage the last one. Moving into round 7. I think we've got this under control. We'll have Roderick fall back for now. Sorry, buddy. We'll see if we can upgrade you to a reinforced hauberk after this fight. Kairon takes out the last legionnaire on the south, then takes a moment to catch his breath. We're having a hard time hitting that last pikeman. Moving into round 8. The archers lay down even more suppressive fire. There we go. Agat cleaves his way through another legionnaire, and we're finally starting to make progress again. Rondis decapitates the final pikeman, which frees up the rest of the company to begin converging on the final legionary. Round 9. Let's finish this. Bunny gets in one last hit, shattering the final legionary to pieces. Rondis just hit level 16. And it looks like Agat pulls MVP with 4 kills. Things would have been a lot harder if he hadn't been able to break through those enemy lines. It's actually a little remarkable that we came through this fight with no serious injuries. Roderick did take a bit of a beating, but he'll recover in just a few days. The loot's nothing special, but we should get about 2,000 gold for all of this. It's just a shame there's no way to repair this equipment. It actually looks pretty nice. I'd love to get the raiders out in some of this gear. It's just not competitive enough. You take a look at the flute of the debaucher and at the men who attacked you over it. Or at least you think they attacked you over it. The enemy lieutenant seemed to have said something, but you can't remember what it was. Ah well, time to return to Gisbert the Guildmaster and get paid. Let's head back. Again, because we're right outside of Dornan, there's no reason to pause the episode. We'll just head back to town and turn in our contract. You find Gisbert the Guildmaster sitting in the town square, his arms up to the skies, his eyes closed, his mouth murmuring prayers. The townsfolk are all around him, kneeling and doing the same. You pick up a rock and hurl at a weather vane, the clank and rustic spins drawing everyone's attention. You hold the relic up so all can see. Gisbert the Guildmaster jumps to his feet and takes the flute of the debaucher. The people roar with delight, speaking of good things to come. Your payment is handed to you, which, truly, is what you would consider a good thing. Well, that takes care of that contract. Now we need to find another one. We'll take a moment off screen to handle our inventory, then we'll see what other jobs Dornan has to offer. And we're back. Unfortunately, both of the contracts left in Dornan were basic delivery quests. Since we didn't have much of a choice, I went ahead and picked up the one that would send us to Sea Camp. Hopefully we can find a better job there. Of course, since we only have about 8 minutes left on the clock, I thought we'd round out the episode by raiding the rotting hut here. Normally, bandits wouldn't really put up much of a fight, but that mountainous terrain might actually make this a bit more challenging. Interesting. It looks like both the company and the bandits started on the side of a hill. That means our first priority is to get to a better position. Sir Skelibate just took a hit, but it looks like he weathered it pretty well. Okay, let's start climbing. Given the terrain, we'll want our archers to take advantage of elevation whenever possible. Alessandro lands a glancing hit on a well-armored bandit. This positioning is pretty awkward. We don't really have any good lines of fire. Okay, I don't think we can afford to hang back here. Let's have some of the raiders start rushing the bandits. There we go. Looks like our charge flustered some of the bandit marksmen. Wajtek lands a glancing hit. Moving into round 2. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so far so good. Let's return fire on those crossbowmen. Alessandro puts an arrow through a bandit's leg. Wojtek puts an arrow through another bandit's shoulder. One of the bandits moves up to confront Reinhard. Sir Skelibate starts circling wide on the north. Mark lands a glancing hit. Kairon puts his spear through a bandit's face. Reinhard plunges his spear into another bandit's face as well. Rondis cuts down a badly wounded bandit, then charges the enemy line. Round 3. Reinhard takes a nasty hit to his armor. Wojtek takes down a bandit marksman with a well-placed arrow. Potato shoots a bandit crossbowman through the knee. Woe shreds a bandit's armor with his billhook. Kairon rushes up the hillside, breaking a wounded bandit's morale. Kairon cuts the bandit down before he can flee. Reinhard moves up, landing a glancing hit on the next bandit in line. Janos rushes up as well, breaking another bandit's morale. Spotting an opening, Dominic charges through the enemy lines, locking down all 3 of their marksmen. Rondis cuts another bandit down, then moves up and slaughters a crossbowman with his dagger. Moving into round 4, it's almost over. Alessandro puts an arrow through a bandit's arm, shattering his morale. Wojtek finishes the wounded bandit off, then continues climbing the hill. Woe hacks through a bandit's helmet, splitting his face wide open. Reinhard tears into the wounded bandit, piercing his leg and putting him on death's door. Dominic quickly finishes off the bandit. Then he turns and mauls one of the marksmen as well, putting his dagger through the man's hand. Janos charges into combat, and the sight of him is just too much for the bandits. Their spirit is thoroughly broken. Kairon kills the second-to-last crossbowman, and the raiders quickly move to surround the other one. Potato moves up, putting an end to the fight with one last arrow. Looks like Kairon just hit level 17. I think that actually makes him our highest level raider. Rondis also gets a bit of extra glory, pulling MVP with 3 bandit kills. The loot's about as mediocre as you'd expect, but it should give us enough to buy some supplies. At any rate, we're past the 30-minute mark, so we'll wrap things up here. Next time, we'll pick things up in Sea Camp, where we'll hopefully find a nice new contract waiting for us. See you then. Hey, RetconRaider here. This was another fairly routine day for the raiders, with another contract completed and 2 more enemy strongholds wiped off the map. While we didn't end up gaining much in the way of loot, we did get into 2 reasonably challenging fights, and earned 2 more level ups in the process. It's not much, but as always, every little bit helps. It was also nice to get a little more practice going up against the Ancient Legion. Although things could have certainly gone a little more smoothly, the raiders handled themselves well. At this rate, we might actually be ready in time for the impending crisis. Now, obviously, next time we'll be heading into Sea Camp to complete our current contract and to hopefully pick up another one. I'll take just about anything that's available at this point, but I'm still keeping an eye out for some nice 3-skull contracts. Those are likely to be the most difficult to complete, but they'll also theoretically give us the biggest rewards. The faster we can build up our savings, the sooner we can complete our current ambition, though of course there are other benefits to saving up all that gold. If we're lucky, we'll be able to save up 50,000 gold before the final crisis event begins. And if we're even luckier, we'll also have time to spend all that gold on 2 or 3 new legendary items. But for now, this is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, or the FanRun Wiki. Links are in the description.